So read this question very carefully. This all will be a little tricky only. So guppies are live-bearing fish which with a gestation period of 21 to 30 days. It's a very small period. So once inseminated, a female guppies can store sperms in their ovaries, which can continue to fertilize ova up to 8 months. So meaning the female mate can give birth to the male's offsprings long after the male death also. Means one time the male eject the sperms into the female body. So the female body can store the sperms up to how many months, guys? Everybody? Up to how many months? 8 months. Understanding? So even though by that time the male body will die also, the female body can give birth to the male offsprings. So along after the male's death. So now based on the given information, which labeled region can guppies belong to? So what additional information is required to identify the labeled region in the diagram that guppies actually belongs to? So can you tell me, anybody? Yes, please. All of you. What is the reason it will come? Can you guess? I want the answer. Check it, everybody. Their gestation period is 21 to 30 days, but once seminated, female guppies can store sperms in their ovaries. So they are storing inside, which can continue to fertilize ova up to 8 months. So what it will come? Ilmukil, can you guess? It is outside or inside fertilization? First, that is you tell me. Yes, please. All of you.
Inside.
Internal fertilization.
That is. First of all of you observe the meaning of this one. Inseminated means in the sense of ejecting the male sex cells into the female reproductive body. Male sex cells inside the female body, that is what we used to call as insemination. Female body means like if you take human, like releasing the sperm into a female's cervix or uterine cavity for the purpose of achieving a pregnancy through the vivo fertilization. So means like a sexual intercourse. So that is the meaning of inseminated. So they are coming under sexual intercourse, like ejaculation. Very good. Exact, we can say like ejaculation. So female guppies can store the sperm in the ovaries, which can continue to fertilize ova up to 8 months. So now, meaning the female mate can give the birth to the male offspring. See that it is giving birth to the male offsprings long after the male death. So it is not putting the eggs, it is giving birth to that. So can you tell me, based on the given information, which labeled regions can guppies belongs to? Anybody? Check it, everyone. Please observe this and tell me. I want response from you all. So first of all, you identify, is it internal fertilization or not? That is what my answer. Yes, please. Yes, region. Very good. Yes, region will come, all of you. Yes, region means what? Yes, region is intersecting two circles. First one is what? Internal fertilization. Okay, accepted. Embryo develops inside the mother's body. That is also I can say. Next one, all of you.
But they are not giving embryo get food, no, sir.
That is. So very good. That is what. So what is the additional information we want? That is what. For example, they will say embryo gets nutrition directly from the mother's body. Then what is the correct answer? Everybody? What is the correct answer? Or if embryo not gets the nutrition directly from the mother's body, then what is the correct answer?
Yes.
Yes. So what is the answers for this one? Yes and R. And what is the additional information we need? Everybody. So they are asking, what is the additional information to label region? Information required to identify the labeled region in the diagram that guppies actually belongs to. What is that? Either whether they will get the food directly from the mother's body, understanding or not. So that is what we have to get. How they will get food or nutrition directly from the mother's body. If they will get directly from the mother's body, then what is the correct reason? Everybody? The reason are. If they are saying mother's nutrition is not happening from the mother's body, then what is the reason? Yes. So that is why there is no specification of getting the nutrition after developing the embryo. So that is why we will say both yes and R is the regions where the guppies are belongs to. Hope everybody understood. Please respond. So that is what you have to remember. So what is the answers? Yes and R are the correct answers for this one. Next, in vitro fertilization is a process of fusing a human egg and sperm outside a woman's body in a laboratory. After fertilization, the zygote is allowed to develop into an embryo for 2 to 6 days. The embryo is then implanted in the woman's uterus. Whether it develops normally, where it develops normally. Now, which labeled region in the diagram best represents reproduction via in vitro fertilization? First of all, before going to the diagram, here only one thing is not happening in mother's body. Remaining after once the embryo develops, development of embryo and getting nutrition, placenta and all will be takes place from the mother's body only. So what is the correct region which will be fit? Only internal fertilization is not taking place. So what is the correct reason will come? Everybody check it. Where internal fertilization is not taking place. But embryo develops inside the mother's body and embryo gets nutrition directly from the mother's body. Anybody?
You. For you.
All of you. Why you? You can see that U is the one region where you can notice it. 2 circles are intermaking. Embryo develops inside the mother's body. Embryo gets nutrition directly from the mother's body. But it is not internal fertilization. So in vitro fertilization is internal or external? In vitro. So it is outside laboratory they will do. It's not fallopian tubes it is happening. So lab externally they will do it. So that is why what is the correct answer? Everybody? Yes, please. What is the correct answer? U is the correct answer where a formation of zygote is outside the mother's body and it is taking place in the laboratory. That is what they're saying. After fertilization only, the zygote is allowed to develop an embryo for 2 to 6 days. Then embryo is then implanted in the mother's uterus. So from there, development of embryo and getting food from the mother's, everything will be taking place in the inside the body. So that is why what is the correct answer? Everybody? U. That is what you have to write. Even reason you can say because it is not only fertilization alone not taking place in the mother's body. That is what you can write. Is it okay, guys? Yes, please. All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Next, Bindu wants to produce a hybrid variety of tomatoes. She has two tomato plants, X and Y, belonging to two different varieties. Now, one with smooth long fruits and other one with the wrinkled and round fruits. So observe very carefully. One is with the smooth and long fruits and another one is another one with the wrinkled and round fruits. So check it, smooth and long fruits. So it is hybrid or dihybrid. That is, of course, the question is coming here, but it will be related to hybridization. Anybody? Monohybrid or dihybrid ratios? Verify.
Dihybrid.
Because two different characteristics. One is smooth, another one is what? Long. So second one was with the wrinkled and round fruits. With wrinkled and round fruits. So it is What it is? Double characteristics. Now, tomatoes have bisexual flowers. So, Bindu carries out the following steps carefully to cross-pollinate the flowers of plants X and Y. Now, she removes a part of the flowers of tomato plant X just before the flowers bloom. She manually pollinates the flowers of tomato plant X using pollen from the flowers of tomato plant Y. Okay. Now she ties small plastic bags around the pollinated flowers of tomato X plant. The plastic bags are removed after a couple of days. Okay. Now first one, Bindu carried out step one so as to prevent self-pollination. So which part did she remove? Anybody? Self-pollination. Who is involved in self-pollination? I want you to respond. Yes, please.
Stamen, sir. Stamen.
Yes.
Stamen.
Anthers. Yes or no? So self-pollination in flowers, if you have noticed it, so of course it will come under sexual or asexual reproduction. Everybody? So you can see sexual or asexual reproduction. Yes, please.
Sexual.
Reproduction. So who will be involving in that? All of you? Pollination. She is removing the some part, step one. So it will prevent the self-pollination. So what do you mean by pollination? Anybody? Yes, please. What do you mean by pollination? First of all, definition. All of you? Transfer of pollen grains from anther to the
Stigma.
to the stigma of a carpel is called as pollination. Is it yes or no, guys? Yes.
Sir.
So, anther is a what? End part of the stamen. So stamen will be like a stick-like thing which will be having the pollen grains. So now this is what we used to say. That is a male reproductive part or female reproductive part in flower? Male reproductive part. This is the anther, and what is this name? This one called as? Everybody? Filament.
Stamen.
Filament. And this entire part, what we used to call? We used to call as stem. So what is the, so to prevent the self-pollination, so she used to do what? She will cut these anthers. Understand? So what will happen? It will be having only the female part. What is the female part? Everyone? What is the female part?
Stigma.
What is that called as? Stigma. So only stigma is present. So she is externally bringing the pollen grains and allowing it to do the pollination. So now that is the, so Bindu carried out the step one. So to prevent the self-pollination. So which part she removed? Anybody? The male part of a flower, which is called as, what is that called as? Everybody? Stamen. A particular part of a stamen where the pollen grains are contained. That is what it is. What is the name called as? All of you?
Anther.
Anther. Is what you have to remember. Okay. So please all of you note down. Next all of you see. What could next? Plants produced through vegetative propagation are genetically identical to their parents. Genetically identical to their parents means almost like a asexual reproduction. Yes or no? Kevin, Pradosh? Asexual reproduction means no much changes are happening. Yes or no, guys? Genetically identical. Yes. So what could be the biggest disadvantage of vegetative propagation? Anybody?
No variation.
Yes. So that is what you all need to remember. Vegetative propagation is the first sexual or asexual method. Everyone. Yes, please.
Asexual method.
Asexual method. So what do you mean by vegetative propagation? Anyone tell me? What do you mean by vegetative propagation? The vegetative propagation, new plants are obtained from where? All of you. Your minimum knowledge should be remembered. New plants are obtained from where? Is it from seeds or from the parts of a old plant?
Parts of the old.
Obtained from parts of a old plant. Parts of a old plants. So what is the plants we will carry out this one? Like we can take parts like stems we can get, roots we can get, and leaves also we can get. So without the help of any reproductive organs, it is not necessary to have any reproductive organs in vegetative propagation. So what is that? What is the examples of vegetative propagation? Anybody? The most famous leaf we are having bryophyllum. Next one, bird formation. Bird formation in which one? Anybody? Nobody. Tuber formation. Potato tuber. Remember potato tuber? Like what is the examples of vegetative propagation plants? Tell me. Guava, potato, onion, banana, garlic, tulip plant, mint plant, strawberries, lilies, water hinach. These all the things they will undergoes. Okay, examples of vegetative propagation. Yes or no, guys? So what is the disadvantage of this one? Everyone? So we'll never get the much variations. So that is why it is the biggest disadvantage. So if there any kind of changes taking place, so it will lead to not to survive the organisms for the next generation. So that is the biggest disadvantage with happening. So both they'll be having like less diversity, no new varieties will be produced. That is the disadvantages. No much variations occurs in offsprings. Okay, so that is what will happen. Okay, please write. So both parents and as well as progeny, they'll be having the same kind of immune system, same kind of characteristics, and there is no much changes in the diversity. That is what you have to remember. Okay, no much variation in the diversity. Please write it. Next, a farmer brought some strawberries and liked the taste. He decided to grow his own strawberries that should have the same taste. So now, which method of cultivation should the farmer adopt? Why would the farmer choose this method? Anyone?
Vegetative propagation.
Yes, please. So the very simplest method, just now we are studying. So vegetative propagation means what? We will take the old parts of the plants and we will produce it. Okay. So that's all. So what is the method we can produce? Everybody? Yes. Vegetative propagation. So he will undergo with that. So he wants the same taste. So that what we can do, he just need to even bury the seeds, undergoes the, so that it will develop the tree, it will develop the plant and it will produce the seeds. So it is sexual method or asexual method, vegetative propagation, all of you.
Asexual.
Reproduction. So that is what you can do it. Okay. So please make it. All of you. Clear? Any doubt? You can ask. So strawberries will come under one more artificial propagation also. Can you guess anybody? Elmagil? Petren? Laksha? Strawberries we can cultivate in under artificial propagation also. One artificial propagation we are having three methods: cutting, layering, and grafting. Can you tell me in which one it will come? Strawberries?
Layering.
Yeah, layering. So layering is also one which we will use a method to cultivate the strawberries. So you can go with that also. Please make it that. That is also one of the important one. So what is the other plants will undergo layering? Mr. Sai? Jasmine, strawberries, raspberries, lemon, guava, hibiscus. What do you mean by hibiscus? China rose, bougainvillea plants, and ornamental plants. You can see slender ornamental plants. Everything will undergoes this layering only. So we can go this one also. Anyhow, all are asexual reproduction methods. That is what you can do that. Okay. So please make it. Next. Completed? Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any doubt, anybody can ask. Next, so parental characteristics, that is what you have to remember. So, what is the reason they are choosing? Because above question answer. So, what are the parents in asexual methods? No much variations will take place, so that a farmer will get the same type of fruits when the taste will be growing. The tree will be growing. That is what. Next, what would be the two most likely reasons for unicellular organisms to reproduce only through the asexual reproduction? Anybody? Most likely reasons. At the beginning, I told you. Yes, please. Most. Anybody? At least one reason. Why they are? What is the advantages of asexual reproduction in unicellular organisms? That is what the first they are asking. All of you. First of all, in sexual reproduction, is it possible to produce more number? Everybody?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So that is why. But what is happening? Their lifespan is more or less. Asexual organisms. All of you. Nobody? What is the advantages of asexual reproduction for unicellular organisms? That is what they are asking. What is the reason? Because unicellular organisms, they can produce more number or less number, count.
More number, sir.
More number. That is the first advantages. Understanding? No sex cells is needed for them. What is the reason? Because their lifespan is very, very small. And you can see they will carry out a large number of their offsprings by only asexual methods. If you have taken sexual methods, you can take in humans, you can take in any animals, their count is what? The gestation period is too long and they can give a birth to only one or two or very less number of offsprings per one gestation period. But if you have taken these offsprings, if you have taken these unicellular organisms, there as it is, their gestation period is very, means their total lifespan is very, very small. So they can produce many offsprings in a less period of time. So that is why even you can see most of the unicellular organisms, they will undergo multiple fission so that some may not survive for particular thing, but they will survive after certain days also. We might be remember, for example, the plant which is having, we all knows the spore formation. What is the example of spore formation? Everybody? Example of spore formation. Yes. Rhizopus. So rhizopus, you might be all, this is the most important one. Now you can take mucor plant also. So rhizopus or mucor. So spore formation, sporangium. So what is the use of that one? So if this spore formation will take place, unconditional seasons, they will store inside this sporangium. Only the suitable conditions will come, so that what will happen? The sporangium will burst. So it is advantages for them, so that for us, you can see humans, we can give the birth to in any season, a baby. But is it asexual organisms will happen like that? Everybody? Please respond. It's not happen in all the organisms. Correct or not? Elmokil, do you understanding that? So,
Yes,
first advantage, they can produce many in count. And second one, based upon the atmospheric conditions, they can survive. Is it yes or no? Because some seasons, if the suitable conditions are not there, they cannot undergo reproduction, like whatever it is, like a sexual reproduction. So only when the suitable conditions occurs, only they'll be undergo the reproduction. That is what asexual reproduction, and they're trying to survive further. So that is the reason they will always choose unicellular organisms. They will choose asexual reproduction because they can produce a large number of offsprings in a large period of time or a small period of time. Everybody? Yes, please.
Small period.
small period of time. So within a small period of time, they can produce a large number of offsprings, and these offsprings they can adapt to survive in the same environment. So that is the advantage. Even the environmental conditions are not supporting so that their asexual reproduction, like if you take spore formation and all, in a, like the conditions are not, the favorable conditions are not there, then they will never undergo germinate and produce a new plants. Yes or no, guys? Yes, please.
sir.
So that is what will happen. So they will wait for the suitable favorable conditions, like you can take mucor or rhizopus, the and non-flowering plants, like you can take ferns and mosses. Even though they are multicellular organisms, they will reproduce by spore formation method. Because why, guys? One more reason is there. What is one more reason? Anybody? In multicellular, you can see that unicellular organisms, the like we can say death rate will be very, very high. Yes or no? All of you? Yes, please. So to continue their generations, they need to produce in very small amount or large amount?
Large.
Large amount.
Then only we know that even though some species may extend, still some other kind of same breed or same organisms will continue their offsprings for the next generations. So that is the reason they will undergo always asexual reproduction methods. You can write many reasons. So within a small period of time, they can produce more number of offsprings, and they can control their germination and producing new plants based upon the conditions, like that is what suitable conditions. Only under the favorable conditions they can produce, and it is causing them to adapt the offsprings to survive only in that particular conditions. If the conditions are not there, what will happen, guys? If the conditions are not there, they will never undergo the reproduction. Yes or no? Yes, please. Germination and producing of new plants won't be takes place. And also, if they will produce hundreds of minute spores or whatever it is, spore formation, or even you can take regeneration and all, you can see. So based upon the conditions only, if it is not there, it will never be, because they will die. So even the death rate will be very more, still they continue their offsprings only by producing more in count, so that at least few they can adopt the new change in conditions and they'll continue the next generation. So that is why it is the the most likely reasons for unicellular organisms to produce through the asexual reproduction. Next. What is this? Planarians can regenerate lost body parts due to the presence of specialized cells called as neoblast. So these specialized cells multiply and make a large mass of cells, from which different cells undergo changes to become different type of cells and tissues. So we know that. What is the example we can say? What is the name of this asexual method? By reading this question, you can say that. Yes, please.
Regeneration.
Yes, sir.
Regeneration.
So it will undergo regeneration. So now you can see, even we know that. What is the name of that one? Planaria is the worm. Planaria worm. Yes or no, guys? Planaria worm. If I'll cut it into even 3 parts, what will happen? So the cells which are present in head, actually it will be present like this. We all know, we have studied. Yes or no, guys? So it will be having, if you cut even into 3 different parts, so each part, the cell will develop the remaining missing part. That is what we studied. Yes or no? So in plants, in which type of tissue are cells that have a function of similar to neoblast form? Anybody? So you can see that, you can notice it. Those who are observing the plants, you can clearly notice that part. It's a particular tissue in the plants where, even though that damaged part will be, if you cut even the head, it will be regrowth again. And that name we used to call something in the plants. Anyone?
Meristem.
Meristematic tissue. Very good. So page number 12, okay, so that they will all notice it. Yes, please. Say the page number to them. Yes, very good, Kevin. Meristematic tissue. Page number NCERT. I don't have NCERT. Anyone is there, found it, you tell them. They will see that. What is the page number, Kevin? Durga, you understand Durga? Princey, Rahul? Anything doubt you can ask. What is the page number, Ilmokil?
So seeing, sir.
It is not in this chapter. It will be going to the, I think, previous chapter. Is it correct? Not previous chapter also.
Sir, 9th class.
Class 9th. No. Here also we are having correct. Meristematic tissues we are also having that. Sir, okay. So it will note down. In plants, I think it will be come under plants growth and all. In which chapter it will come? It's not in under heredity in this chapter. How do organisms reproduce? So it will be there. So what is the region? We used to call it as meristematic tissue. Please make it. Next, how do the characteristics of planarium formed by the regeneration compare with the characteristics of the original planarium? Justify your answer. How it will be there? Exactly. Everybody? Is there any change? It is what? It is what reproduction, first of all? Asexual or sexual reproduction?
Asexual.
Asexual reproduction. So asexual reproduction means variations are minimum or maximum?
Minimum.
Minimum it is. Understanding? So minimum means, so is there any difference between the parent and the offsprings? All of you?
No, sir.
No. Understanding? Because regeneration is not done by the sexual method. So no gametes are involving, no male and female bodies are involving. So just the cells which are present in the cut region, they are developing into missing body part. So the correct reason, justify your answer, it is the asexual reproduction method. Regeneration is the asexual reproduction method. So which is having the minimum variations. So due to that, the offsprings and the parents, they will be same or different. Everybody? Yes, please. They will be same. So there is no much regions. Much variations, we can notice it in the offsprings. That is what the reason you have to write it. So please make it. All of you. Clear? Okay. Now, all of you write this meristematic tissue. Even you'll get it in class 10th also. So growth of the shoot, where you are getting, you find it. Which chapter? I forgot it. Right. Meristematic tissue is made up of a group of cells. Made up of a group of cells that divide continuously to form new cells. This tissue is found in the growing regions of plants. That is what shoot, you can see. Growing regions of plants, such as, where it will be growing regions? All of you should tell me. Where it will grows? Growing regions of the plants. Everyone?
Root and shoot.
Very good. Types of roots, stems, that is what? Shoot and branches. Okay. So that is what. So what is the main function of meristematic tissue? Make plants to grow. That is the main function. Make plants to grow. So please note down. Clear? All of you? Please note down that. Everybody? So that is what meristematic issues. Anybody having anything doubt, you can ask. Okay? So you will get in class 9th only lateral meristem and intracellular meristems and apical meristems. So that is what it is. You can remember this meristematic issues. Okay? So where the cells are very denser, anybody? Where the cells are very denser? Yes, please.
The apical meristem.
Yes. So apical meristems, these are like tips of roots and stems. So they are responsible for the increase in length of the plants. So that is a major reason. Apical meristem. So basically in the shoot and root stems, they will be present at the tips of the shoot. So where it will encourage the growth of a plant. That is what you can see that. Okay, Mukil. It is there in class 9th, they are saying, and lab manual also it is saying it is there. So just go through that. So, but actually this is one of the general question. That is why they are asking you that. So please note down that. So this is what about this one. So let it be. Now you continue the preparation for tomorrow's exam. Then next we'll solve the heredity and evolution. As it is heredity and evolution, some questions are deleted syllabus they are given, but some questions are very nice. So that questions we people will discuss in our next class and we'll finish it. So these all the questions very simple, which we already solved. So definitely once again I will go through this and all, and we will do it in the next class. Now you continue. Thank you everybody. We'll meet in I think Saturday we'll meet. Thank you all.
Thank you,
sir.